What up, YouTube? Timu's here. Here is my review for the new HBO Max comedy, Superintelligence. Now, the film is directed by Ben Falcone and stars Melissa McCartney. I will admit this up front. I really liked their collaboration. I really thought Tammy was pretty decent. My favorite collaboration of theirs has got to be The Boss. I really love The Boss. And they also collaborated on that film, Life of the Party, last year. And so they ended up doing a new film, Superintelligence, which was actually supposed to come to theaters about 2 years ago, by the way. Actually 3 years ago. I remember this thing was supposed to come out in December 2017, matter of fact. Or was it just December 2008? I can't remember, but it's been a while. The movie's been shot and been in the can for a while. And I guess because Life of the Party didn't do so well, and Happy Time Murders didn't do so well, I guess they were a little cross to wonder if a Melissa McCartney led film comedy could actually be a hit and all. Because before her comedies was hits. Bridesmaids was a hit. Her movies was Parfait, like Outside of Ghostbusters, obviously was hits. But her box office lately has struggled a little bit with that movie, The Kitchen, which Kitchen is god awful. That movie just sucked so badly. Then, of course, Life of the Party didn't do so well. And even her Oscar-nominated film, nominated role in Can You Ever Forgive Me, even that didn't do so well. So now Melissa McCartney's credit seems like only going to streaming. She has about 2 movies coming out next year that's going to Netflix. So who knows if her box office draw is that big anymore. Anyway, so like I said, I like Tammy. I like The Boss. I like Life of the Party, so I was a little bit interested to check this film out, because it was Melissa McCartney back in the comedy world. I really like Melissa McCartney. And, you had James Corden in this. I really like James Corden a lot. And so I decided to check this thing out on HBO Max, because it actually looked pretty good. So I checked it out on HBO Max, and holy cow, this movie was not good at all. I wanted to like it, because, I do like Ben Falcone. He actually has a new movie coming out with Melissa McCartney called Thunder Force, which is like this new superhero comedy that actually sounds interesting. But this movie just blew. It wasn't funny at all. It actually started out pretty decent. I thought the beginning was pretty good, but then it started losing me down the next few scenes. Now here you got Melissa McCartney, who portrays this woman named Kara Peters, and you got this Superintelligence, voiced by James Corden, who chooses to study the most average person on the earth, and that's, of course, Kara Peters. And the fate of the world hangs in the balance, as the AI is designed to enslave, save, or destroy humanity. And it's up to Kara to prove that people are worth saving for and all. And she is also, the Superintelligence even is trying to make it work between her and her ex, played by Bobby Cannavale. And you also had some other interesting cast lists here, too. Like, you had Gene Smart as the president. You had Brian Tyree Henry, Brian Tyree Henry, by the way, was probably my favorite part in the whole movie. I thought he was such a scene stealer. You also had Sam Richardson was in this. The aforementioned Ben Falcone, because he always puts himself in his films. He actually did work with Melissa McCartney in other films outside of his directing films. Remember, he had that little cameo in Bridesmaids. Remember the plane scene where he played the air marshal? That was a funny scene, by the way. Oh, you guys want to feel old? Bridesmaids turns 10 years old next year. I'm just want to throw that out. Anywho, and the movie just didn't really sit right. It was so plain terrible. The script didn't really sit right. Melissa McCartney was even, she did her best, but even she wasn't enough to save this film. Listen, I wanted to like this film because, I like the cast. You even had Octavia Spencer was in this too, Octavia Spencer is in Falcone's new film, Thunder Force, next year, so there's that. But of course, they actually do, pretty much knows that James Corden is in the film, because the reason why James Corden is actually voicing the Superintelligence is because that's a voice that Carol, feels comfortable with and more knowledge. So this AI thing pretty much takes over the voice of anyone that someone feels knowledgeable for. Like the voice, one of the voices even include Octavia Spencer, which was okay, I guess. But anyway, yeah, this was not good at all. I wanted to like it, but the script was bland. It was even boring. I mean, I can now see why they decided to release this thing to HBO Max and not theirs. This is the type of movie that should go to HBO Max. Not Godzilla vs. Kong, not Wonder Woman, not a blockbuster. This is the type of movie that is meant for HBO Max. This type of film that HBO Max should just release. Should send to other streaming service. But, we'll see what happens down the line. I mean, yeah, the film is very frustrating at times. It just, it was not really funny at all. It was a pretty much unfunny AI film, and there was more it was also really cool to see actor William Daniels, who of course played Mr. Freeney and Mr. Feeney in Boy Meets World. It was pretty awesome to see William Daniels reprise his Kit role in this. Of course, Kit is the car from Knight Rider, so I thought that was actually pretty cool right there. But that was a cool cameo. But anyway, yeah, Superintelligence was probably one of the worst movies I saw this year. So yeah. Anyway, let me leave with you guys. Did you have a chance to check out Superintelligence? If so, what you thought of it? Did you like it? Did you not like it? And do you even like Melissa McCartney, whether it's comedies, dramas, and whatnot? Drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This is T-Movie signing out.